suicide is a reality in our society today. Why many people would not have seen this to be something that is very common? It has been shown by research that over 700,000 people take their life in just a year. Suicide is what is prevalent in our society. How can this be? There are lots of people who are going through several challenges, and they felt that there is no any other way that they can help themselves out of these issues other than to take their life.
Suicide can be defined as an act of someone killing his or herself intentionally. So one of the reasons why people commit suicide is depression. Most of the times is either money, most especially, or some family problems people face, and they feel that suicide or just killing themselves is the only way. Some financial problems, when people are maybe either in debt or lack money to feed or fend for themselves, they go into a state of mind whereby they feel that it's only suicide as the way that they should just die and go. But I don't feel that suicide is an option. Firstly, they didn't give themselves life or decide to come into the world, and every problem has a solution. So I believe that no matter what anyone is facing, no matter the challenges, they can go through it, like it can pass. So when there's life, there is hope.
The major reasons why people commit suicide is because they don't see a possible solution in the near future and ever for the issues that they are going through. But this is never the case. So why should you engage in suicide when it is just a matter of time that we are going to come out of that situation that we are passing through? So we are putting a permanent solution to a temporary problem, which is very, very wrong. Financial issues. So many people, be it teenagers or mature adults, finance is something that when somebody don't have, they tend to feel like they are no longer part of the world. You know, things are going well for other people and it's not going well for them. And it just feel like they are not part of life anymore. And the best way they feel they can handle that situation is just to cut the whole story short. And the end is somebody committing suicide. If you are that person out there, you are contemplating suicide, I am telling you that it is never the best way to go. There are so many challenges that we have overcome in the past. And if we had committed suicide, we would never have known that there was a solution for it. Again, we have peer pressure. Lots of time, people leave their parents' houses and then they go to schools, or others go to seek for livelihood out there. And then when they see their peers doing very well and it's not going well for them the way it is for their peers, they eventually get secluded, socially withdrawn, and then eventually they feel that life has not given them the best. And then in order to avoid that pressure, they go for the solution that is really, really not the best, and that is committing suicide. So this one is also not different. We look at ourselves and we think that there is no any other way or there is no any other solution for the problem that we are passing through. This is not the thought that we should be having. And if you are having it, I'm encouraging you to come out of it, because there are solutions everywhere for whatever challenges that we are passing through. Again, we can also consider drugs. Lots of people are into drugs and they become addicted to drugs. But because the society frowns at drugs, you see, lots of people don't really want to relate with them. And then even loved ones tend to avoid them, and then eventually they feel they don't mean anything to life. You know, the relationship that we have with our loved ones is a very good reason why people want to continue in life. And then when people find out that a certain behavioral trait has pushed away their loved ones away from them, they feel there's no need to continue with life. And eventually, you see these people eventually pushing themselves to the extent of taking their life. And again, think of this. If you are passing through a financial challenge, it doesn't mean that finance is all there is about life. Yes, and that's just the truth. Look at it. You might be having a financial issue, but you are a man with your kids and your family, your wife. You are still feeding them even though you are having these financial issues. There are certain people out there who have this money in excess, but they don't even have a child to their name. You see, yours is just a financial issue, and you are trying to make the whole world look like it is all about finance. But here there is the man you are envying, who has all the money and you really desire to be like him. He is also there battling something that is even worse than what you are going through. So imagine your life without having any child. With all the money, nobody to inherit it. So what are these behavioral traits that we need to watch out for? What are the feelings? What are some of the things people do shortly before they eventually commit suicide? It's good we know them so that we can watch out for our loved ones who might be contemplating suicide out there. One of these things is being socially withdrawn. When you are with your sibling or your friend or your colleague, and then lately you begin to observe that that person is being withdrawn socially, it means that person might be going through a challenge that he is not willing to share or to air out. And some of these issues are just the issues that eventually push people to commit suicide. You see, we should not try to tie the whole life to a particular problem, because that can only lock us in a box that will eventually drive and point us to commit suicide when we eventually think there are no solutions for this problem. So, I'm encouraging us to give up whatever suicidal thoughts that we are having. If we have anybody that is manifesting some of these symptoms of committing suicide, we really need to do ourselves and the person good by approaching the person and trying to enter into the person's mind so that we can talk them away from committing suicide. We do know, just like research has shown, that economies of the world that are poor experience the highest rate of suicide. So the challenge is something that is for everyone. It is observed also that people prior to engaging in suicide always talk about committing suicide. All these issues arise from depression that comes with the challenges that life push at us. So when you have a close one who is passing through a serious challenge, and that person, either jokingly or seriously, is making comments about suicide, we really need to watch out for those people, because the next time we may just come to hear a very bad news that we are not willing to hear. So let's watch out for people who make comments concerning suicide. The third world countries with their bad economies affect lots of people in so many ways, and that has driven many people to commit suicide. But in that same society, you find out that these people that are committing suicide are not the only ones going through those challenges. So let us not go for suicide as the solution for our problems, because the solution is everywhere, just that you have not been able to be connected to that solution. But trust me, as time goes by, it's either you come out of that problem or you eventually will lay your hand on the solution for that problem. So this is Social Peace Channel, the right place to get just the right dose for your social challenges. If this is the first video you're watching on my channel, I encourage you to subscribe, like my videos, and also share them so that we can bring this information to people who need them out there. Here on Social Peace Channel, I remain your chief host, Great Chinwonder. Thanks for watching. Bye.